Hey, this is the Cookout Podcast, episode 417. I'm Brando. I'm here with Ryan. We're going to review the legends of Return to Ravnica. Now hit our theme song!
Did you get enough returns in there?
I don't think so. I think I missed a couple. But hey, Ryan, we're back for yet another whirlwind adventure. How you doing?
We're back. What is going down?
Whole ton is going down. The rain is falling outside in February. That's winter in Canada. The world is tipsy-turvy and doesn't make any sense. We're going to talk about the legends from Return to Ravnica. I think I got enough that time.
Murder house.
Yeah, there's murders. There's whodunits. We don't know who did it. We don't know who's dead. Nope. We're going to talk about the people who were on these cards. Is Ravnica dead? Because a lot of these cards are kind of sucky. But
is Magic dying?
No. Oh. No, it's going really, really hard.
We talked about that in the pre-show. I've never said that something is going to kill Magic. I've never said that. So if that's the kind of positivity and wholesomeness you're after.
We're your pet. We're your place. Your one-stop positivity shop. Uncle Brando's Positivity Emporium.
We're your pets? Did you let that out?
Did I say that?
Yeah, a little bit. Anyways, we got some people to thank. We got some stories to tell. But before we get to any of that, look at I did the Uncle Brando thing because it's topsy-turvy. We got to thank our official business daddies, FusionGamingOnline.com, where you can use special promo code CCO Summer, because it feels like summer outside right now, to get a discount on your whole order. Maybe some Ravnica cards, maybe some Murders at Karlov Manor. That's what I got to think. I got to actively think to say that.
I'm never going to call it that.
You're just going to call it RT.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
Well,
Ravnica 16, whatever.
Yeah. If you want to get a discount, promo code and link to Fusion in the show notes below, wherever you're listening to or watching the show. Yeah. If you're a first-time listener or viewer, welcome. We got some new subs over on YouTube. Welcome. CCO Perks promo code is going to get you 10% store credit kickback when you spend over 100 Canadian, what do we call them? Moose monies? Beaver bucks?
Beaver bucks.
Beaver bucks. Yep. Beaver bucks. Yeah, which if you're from the land of the free,
it's like 18 freedom units.
Yeah, it's like freedom bald eagle dollars. It's not very many is the point. Yes. And then you're going to get $10 back on your thing, and you could maybe buy some of the cards we talk about today.
That's right.
Using CCO Summer promo code, saving further money.
Yes, you save some, get some back, save more when you buy more stuff, and you still have more money than you would have doing it the other way, because you're going to buy the cards anyway. You might as well spend less money on it.
There we go.
Also, we would also like to send a big shout out to Pile of Bones Brewing Co. They are the third coolest thing to come out of Regina.
Yep.
Third coolest thing to come out of Regina, and they are the official beer sponsor of CCO Sidewalk Slam Season 2, right here on YouTube, where you should be watching, because it's really good.
Yeah.
Episode 2 came out last Friday.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good one.
Yeah. Episode 2 is Sidewalk Slam. It's right in the notes. I wanted to talk about it. Go watch it because it's a ton of fun. Our good friend Mike from Pile of Bones was there. He tried to kill us. We tried to kill him. That's how magic works. You have to watch to see how it ends.
And then
the good guys didn't win, though. I'll tell you that much.
No, we did. We should have.
But
the Discord pointed it out. RTFC, Brando.
Yeah, and Ryan.
To be fair, it wasn't my card.
To be fair, my screw-up was my card, but it didn't help me. Even it was supposed to die, but didn't, and it didn't even save me. Because I talk about magic on the internet. I must be good.
No. I think that's part of our appeal, is we're just like everybody else.
Hey, yeah, we're the every person of magic. We're the Letter Kenny. We're the Trailer Park Boys. We're the give you the shirt off our backs.
Yeah.
Right?
Except for this shirt. I like this shirt.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to keep this one.
That's a nice one.
This is my Final Fantasy Frog shirt. You can put down in the comments
Final
below.
Frogtasy?
No, it's Final Fantasy Frog, because if I say Frogtasy, I have to add the number at the end. And then. But if anybody can get the deep cut, because you're watching on YouTube and can see my shirt, put it in the comments.
There you go. Well, speaking of meeting people and giving shirts off our backs and stuff, we got the CCO experience in Chicago coming up.
Coming up in what, 2 weeks?
Chicago? Yeah, I guess from the time when this episode comes out, it'll be 2 weeks.
Dang.
Do you got your decks picked?
No.
Okay, well, I'll give the listeners and viewers the skinny. We're gonna have Not an official area because we don't want to pay all the money for an official area, but we're going to have a ton of people from CCO Nation. There's going to be other content creators with us. There's going to be all of our people in our house that are there for the CCO experience. If you've ever listened to CCO and want to meet any of our crew or hang out, play some games, eat pizza, drink beer, do all the things that you assume that we do because
That's what we do.
Because that's what we do. Come and find us. And if you can't find us, all you have to do is look for shirts that have CCO logos on them or hats.
And they're brightly colored, so we're hard to miss.
Or if you really can't find us, let's say you're colorblind, you can't see the brightly colored shirts, you refuse to look at people's chests because it makes you uncomfortable, 2 p.m. Saturday, creator area or creator corner, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
The place where the creators go and give away tokens and stickers and booster packs and merch, and we're going to have dice, and I don't know what else we're going to have, but there's going to be games and pack wars and all the things that creators do in that area. We're going to be doing 2 o'clock Saturday. That would be February 24, right?
Also, as promised, I forget the reason why I'm going to do this, but I will stand next to a WotC employee sometime between 2 and 3:30 on Saturday
And crap
at
your
Magic
pants.
and I will fart
Oh.
as hard as I can right next to, possibly onto, a WotC employee. And they're not going to see it coming, but they're going to know that it happened, baby.
Okay. Gross.
Because I will have eaten Chicago deep dish pan pizza by then.
Gross.
And it's going to be go time.
Go to the bathroom time. Hopefully not in your pants.
It might be ghost time, as in food ghost, which is Brando for fart.
Yeah. Well, hopefully
I'm
you
going to
don't,
drop a 1/1 non-flying spirit on him. It's going to be awesome.
a 1/1 non-flying spirit. Well, I got a couple more pieces of business here. We got last week's winner for guessing Massacre Girl from the CCO pre-show. That was the deck tech we did last week.
Who was it?
Massacre Girl.
Now, who's the person?
Sounds like a wrestler. This is at Scotty C2112. Scotty C something sounds like a wrestler.
Like
the
C
2112.
As in C, or as in like C, like with your eyes?
The letter C.
Bah,
Scotty C2112.
C.
If that's you, commandercookout@gmail.com. Let us know that you're you. If you'd like a CCO sticker pack, CCO token pack, or a stinky old booster pack of magic cards from the stinky onion bag that stinks. Whatever it is you want, though, we'll send it to you.
Yeah, just let us know your address with postal or zip codes so that we can send it off to you. Honor system, or you'll fuck it up for everybody.
Yeah, 100%. We got a returning Patreon supporter.
Yeah?
Patreon.com/CCO Podcast. If you want to support the show, if you like the CCO experience or Sidewalk Slam,
Which they should.
or Brando's box openings.
Ah, yes, new one to come for return, whatever it is we are.
RTR ...
Yes.
Yes. We very much appreciate the support on Patreon, and we've got a returner, Andrew Chaplin. I think we made a Charlie Chaplin joke or an Andy Chaplin.
No,
Andy
chapped ass.
Chapped ass, chapless ass, chap ass. Yeah, it was something.
Yeah.
Once I said it out loud again.
Yep. Once
Something
I heard
about chapped ass. He needs to take like chapstick
and put it on his ass.
and like, you know how you could roll it up all the way so it sticks out of the chapstick like you used to do with glue stick?
No.
Oh. Okay, you know how on chapsticks you can roll them up and roll them down?
Yes.
Roll it all the way up so it's sticking up like
okay.
a glue stick?
Yeah.
Or a chapstick that's extended all the way?
Got you.
Stick it right up his butt and do a ringer with it. He'll get all his butt all unchapped.
Huh.
It might break off inside there, though. I don't know if I would recommend that.
Well, I mean,
and it's oil haze, so it'd probably give you diarrhea.
But if it can go in your mouth, it can probably go up your butt.
Yeah, but you have a mucous membrane in your intestine, and that absorbs water across it. And, ooh, yeah.
Can it absorb oil?
No. Officially, no. When there's oil in your colon, you have diarrhea. That's what happens.
Oh,
yeah.
Is that why it happens all the time? Is that it?
Not for you. No.
Oh.
If you put stuff up there that ought not to be up there, your body usually tries to vacate it.
What is yard sale it? I understand.
Yes.
I understand.
Yeet it
Okay.
out.
Yes.
Yeah.
I get you. Okay.
So, Andy Chapstick, ass,
Welcome back.
Okay. Hey, second final way to support. We got the deal of the week on Commander Cookout store.
What is it this week?
We've got, and this is a popular one from maybe 2 months ago. All tokens, all stickers, $1.
Do it.
So go there. If you need topped up on stickers, if you need topped up on tokens, if you got friends that you think would like CCO and you want to pick up a bunch, or if you want to advocate for us at your LGS.
Which we appreciate.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You remember when you say for a good time, listen to Ryan and Brando on Commander Cookout? Easier than doing that is just get a sticker and smack it on the stall wall there.
Stall wall, yeah. Or, yeah.
If you're lucky enough to have a LGS with a bathroom.
Yeah, ours doesn't, but we've got the mall, right?
Yeah, but it's like long. If you go after whatever time, you got to go all the
that's
way
right.
around. Man, that sucks.
That's right.
Our LGS was a fucking wild night on last
Oh,
Thursday
yeah.
at EDH. So you got the boys. We're at the coach. It was like 10 of us. We're all having some
wow.
beers and
Yeah.
food. Great time. Everybody's having
Wild
a good
night
time.
at the LGS. People were showing their boobs and stuff.
My boy Adam, he works here at the station, like kitty corner in the office. You can't see him pointing off screen.
Yeah.
He was there getting hammered at the other bar because we got 2 bars in our old people mall.
Do we?
Oh, yeah,
we do.
buddy.
Yeah.
So he gets drunk, has to get a car ride home. That'll come up later. We get not drunk, and we just heads her home. About closing time, LGS owner Aaron, he's still there. He's talking to the servers and stuff. He's going to walk the bartender out to her car.
At the coach?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what there's been outside? A stabbing.
What?
Yeah, the actual, like, somebody all stabbed up and shit outside. So there was a stabbing. 2 great big huge parties. Then in the morning, my boy Adam goes back to pick up his car, forgot there was a bus mall there, backed out, ripped his oil pan clean off the bottom of his car, and knocked the alignment out on the front 2 tires. So like, me. So he's got like knock-kneed front tires
He's
now.
got stanced car with no oil pan.
That's right.
Was there oil all over the parking lot?
Yes.
Like an oil slick, like on
Yes.
Mario?
Yes.
Were
just like
people
Mario
driving
Kart.
through the parking lot?
And all their coins fly out. Yes. It was just like that.
Oh, wow.
So,
Good
man,
thing I didn't drive there that day.
EDH&M, crazy place to be, it turns out.
Wow. If you ever want to come to our frickin'
like a-
Thursday night magic,
It's
I'll
like
let
a
you know.
mini CCO experience every time, but we usually avoid the stabbings.
Oh yeah, the only stabbing I do is stabbing beer straight into my mouth.
Yes, you stab the beer open and then...
Or I'll stab like one of your dry ribs and then stab that into my mouth. Yes, but with like proper
like with a,
eating utensils.
Like a toothpick or a fork.
Yes.
Should we talk about a card or two? Is that all the business? Should we just get right? Because
I suppose we have 34 new commanders, and I got some questions for you.
No, I got a question for you.
Oh,
Are you going to build a new deck out of this set? Have you been inspired? Because I'm gonna start the conversation about I'm unimpressed with the last 2 sets.
Oh,
I
you
am.
heard it here first. Brando hates Magic. He's quitting.
No, I wouldn't go that far.
Oh, okay.
But like I think they're getting lazy.
You think?
I think they are.
Oh.
There are some guys in here that are missing creature types that they should have, or are just the colors they are stapled onto a card.
Yeah.
Or they're exact analogs to their previous printings.
Oh, well, it is
Right.
Ravnica, and they're printing the reprint characters.
One of them is Scooby-Doo, and they didn't even put Scooby-Doo on it.
I've already been commissioned to paint Scooby-Doo on one of them.
Of
yes.
course you have, because it's
Hey,
Scooby-Doo.
I've got another note. How many Batmans am I going to be asked to paint onto cards with all of the detectives too, right?
God.
That's starting to.
What
Which is
about,
totally fine. If that's what you want, I'll do it because I don't actually mind doing Batman.
Actually, that would be a cool token. You could put like Sherlock Holmes or Watson.
Yeah.
Or what are other famous detectives? Inspector Gadget.
I didn't even think of that one. Darkwing Duck, is he a detective?
Yeah, well, he's Batman.
Oh, yeah.
Darkwing Duck and Batman are the same
he's
person.
a satire of Batman. Yeah, that's
Yes.
right.
But there's,
you know what?
Chippendale Rescue Rangers? Oh.
Or Bernard and Bianca, the Rescuers from Disney. You've probably never heard of them.
What the fuck is that?
The Rescuers Down Under? Nothing?
No.
Not ringing a bell?
No.
Uncle Brando didn't have a childhood. He was born in 1818, already a man.
No, we established I was born in 91 BC.
Oh, yes. Yeah, that's right. I think that the commanders, or the legendary creatures from this set,
I'm not saying they're bad. I'm just saying they're lazy.
are both very acute, like very sharply pointed to the strategy that people want, which by this point in time, I feel like those strategies are very obtuse. So they're very pointed at exactly what they want to do, but so open-ended they could be anything, which makes them kind of a master of all trades, a jack of all trades and a master of none, and fall flat.
Yes.
Is that they both do exactly what they do and don't really do anything.
Yeah.
The opposite is I'm going to print something like Galta 2, and it's just so efficiently pound you on the head that it warps the game and then kind of makes for unfun games.
Yes.
Right? So it's like, where's the balance? I'm just opening up dialogue, not criticizing. Where's the balance? And really, it's unanswerable, because what I like is going to be different than what they like, the listeners, than what you like, right? Maybe some people really like some of these. And for some of them, probably on this Friday, I've got my top 5 legends from Clue and the Commander product, not the set proper, which is what I'm going to be focusing more on today.
Emissary Green.
Emissary Green is my favorite one from Clue, yes.
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 How did you have a top 5 from Clue? There's only 6.
No. The Clue, Emissary Green from Clue is included in my top 5 from the Commander product.
That guy's awesome.
So,
That's
okay,
so good.
Here's my questions for you.
Okay.
We're returning to Ravnica the umpteenth time.
Ugh.
And this time...
Yes, I'm sick of it.
We aren't focusing on the guilds.
Well, we're not
focusing on the guilds. We still have
right.
guild-colored commanders, of course.
Right.
But it's not about, like, Argos cost, like Boros beat off. That's not what it is.
Right.
Right? It's Argos cost, spirit of justice. It's like he's a detective or a police officer.
Well, he is a detective. It even says.
Yes, I know. It's a little bit of a different spin on it. Does it make it feel different, fresh, different? How does Argos cost from Boros differ than
Argos cost from Boros?
No. Argos cost Boros differ than random Boros commander from any other set. There's only 5 colors, so how come when we go to Ravnica and they say we're not doing the guild thing, it still feels like the guild thing to you?
Because it's the guild thing. They're still doing the guild. They're always doing the guild thing.
But
everywhere they go, it's the guild thing.
Okay.
If they're doing 2 colors, they're doing the guild thing.
I don't agree. It doesn't feel like the guild thing when it's A, not Ravnica, and B, maybe something different. Like you say, Gruul is the catch-all for like weird effects.
Sure is.
Okay, let's go to our first commander.
Okay.
Asp Snag Quake Hole. What's his name?
Assnag the Quake Hole.
Okay, give him a read.
Assnag the Quake Hole, or Ansrag the Quake Mole, is an
I don't think that's funnier.
is an 8/4 for Grolin 2.
Yeah.
Whenever it becomes blocked, untap each creature you control. Each creature, not just the attacking
Hold
ones,
on a
mind
second.
you.
He's an 8/4 for 4?
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's a pretty good card, right?
Yeah.
Untap each creature you control. After this combat phase, there is an additional combat phase. Yeah.
Whenever he becomes blocked, you get another combat.
That's
okay.
right. Then he has green, red, 3. Has to be blocked each combat if able. So you will have X combat phases where X is the number of creatures your opponents control if you have a way to make him not die in combat.
Yes. Do you like this card?
Yes.
Does it feel Gruul to you?
Yes.
And is that because he does
Gruul
stuff, or because he's from Ravnica?
Because he's doing a different colors thing.
Well, extra combat phases is exactly a red and green thing, or exactly a red thing. It's not a different color thing.
Red thing. Not a red and green thing.
And he is red.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So you're trying to convince me, no, they don't do they could have printed Askrag the Quake Mole on any set, and it would still be a Gruul card.
I guess.
And we'd call it a Gruul card.
Yes, we would.
We'd say Gruulin 2 because it's doing the same thing.
Yes, you're right. I think what I'm trying to say is I'm alongside Watsy in saying I don't think these feel like Gruul cards. It could have said Ask Craig Gruul Mole. It could have been the Gruul big mole guy. But it isn't. Right? Anyways, the card.
I like this card.
I like this card too.
I like this card a lot.
It's interesting that they made it a god. And it's an 8/4. So if you can make him not die, like give him indestructible, like his 4 toughness doesn't matter, but then you're spending so much goddamn mana.
Well, I mean, spending goddamn mana for, like, again, you attack for, you can just attack over and over. You can put a lure on him that costs 3.
A lure? No, you know what you should do?
You can use Tyrite Sanctum to make him indestructible. You can use...
No, you use Fog, because then it doesn't kill your opponent's blockers. And then you just get attack trigger after attack trigger after attack trigger.
Or you could use the, what's his name? The Hydra, the Bane of Beasts that hastes and death touches and damage can't be prevented. What's that guy?
Oh, Questing Beast.
Questing Beast.
Questing Beast and
Fog.
Questing Beast and Fog, because then...
Dolmen Gate.
Dolmen Gate works, yes.
Like, this guy's very good.
I like... and, of course, it's the colors that fit all of the combos in where you untap your mana, like Bear Umbra and Sword of Feast and Famine alongside Hellkite Charger to give you a different way to do multiple combat steps.
What is it? Aggravated Assault?
Aggravated Assault does it with Bear Umbra and Sword of Feast and Famine.
Well, because this guy untaps all your dudes, too. So if you have a bunch of mana dorks, you just untap them all, take them to combat
he
steps.
untaps your other guys, too.
Yeah, whether or not they're attacking. Hell, they could be attacking.
This card is a very powerful card because it wants to do aggro or combo. It lets you do 2 of the major archetypes, hey?
You could swing in with all your dorks.
Yeah.
I guess you'd have to get blocked first. I was going to say he could get blocked with untap on the stack. You could tap to make another combat step. Fuck. This is ridiculous.
Oh, yeah, this card is... I bet you there's tricks with it, too, hey?
Oh, yeah. This is an outrageously powerful card, and I like that he's a mole.
Yeah, and
I like
they've
that
got
he's already God.
They've got some... This guy's gonna show you God. He's gonna hold his fist up like a Renaissance painting. You fucking want one?
Here it comes. You ready to meet God?
Yeah.
Well, here's Ass Crack, the God mole.
Here's God's ass and mole. Here's his Here's his hairless mole. You ever seen one of those? Those hairless moles already look like nutsacks.
Yeah, the mole rats. Yeah, we have them at the zoo here.
Hairless
they're
mole
terrifying.
rats. Yeah, they're gross. With their long fingernails. Hey, does this guy got long fingernails?
Yes, look at them. They're huge.
Oh, gross.
That's just a mole thing for
Gross.
digging. They're like Umber Hulks. That's a D&D thing.
Oh. Okay, let's flip over to cards proper so Joe can do them not over top our face, and we're going to hit up some of our other favorite legends, and I think the prolific ones for the set that we're going to definitely see, right?
Sure.
Okay.
Now, we mentioned Argus Koss earlier. Do we actually want to talk about him at all? Or
is he good? You know what? I had a question about are we going to see any of the new mechanics or returning mechanics? So maybe we give him a read quick.
Okay, Argus Koss, Spirit of Justice, is a 2/4 double striking vigilance guy for Boros and 2. Whenever he comes into play or attacks, choose up to 1 target creature. If it's suspected, exile it. Otherwise, suspect it. Suspected creatures have menace and can't block.
Oh, so this works on offense or defense, right?
Yes.
He ETBs, and you can exile a creature if it's suspected.
Yes, which it won't be because nobody's going to play Suspect the deck.
I think so, and Suspect the deck.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about this. I think that a lot of the mechanics from this set are underwhelming.
Yes.
And I think it's safe to say now, you're never going to see them again.
Most likely.
Right? There's not going to be another Suspect card that comes out.
Yeah.
So trying to build the Suspect deck, just buy the Precon.
Is there a Suspect Precon?
Probably.
Oh. Okay, yeah, I would consider this mechanic a little bit parasitic for Commander. And I know everything technically is parasitic in that it increases complexity.
Yeah.
Right? But this one is one that it's like in 5 years from now, what? Suspect? What does that do?
Yeah, and I don't think you're going to see a ton of this guy. He's good. He's a fine card on the 99. I don't think he's going to be heading up any decks.
I want to talk about an actual Boros commander that I really like.
But let me just premise this, because I like this card too. Does the Boros thing.
It does.
Absolutely does the Boros thing.
Yeah.
That they're not doing.
I very much like the stats of this one.
Okay.
Aurelia, the Law Above. Cool name. 4/4 angel for white, red, 3. So 4/4 angel for 5.
Right.
Flies.
Sure.
Vidge.
Of course.
Haste.
Naturally.
Now it's getting really good. Whenever a player attacks with 3 or more creatures, you draw a card.
Jesus.
That's whenever anybody attacks
That's
with 3 or more,
encouraging your opponents to do the Boros thing.
which I love.
Yeah, so it's Boros all around, baby.
Well, what do we always say? Get your chip-ins, right?
Yeah.
Especially the new players. They're like, got a team of guys, and they're like, only profitable attacks, and they say, go. Well, I don't want to make any enemies. Well, now I can politic them into saying, I draw a card.
Well, I feel like that's going to lessen the likelihood of them attacking.
Maybe, frick. I'll just attack then.
Yeah.
Okay, there's more. Whenever a player attacks with 5 or more creatures, now we're talking. Aurelia deals 3 damage to each of your opponents, and you gain 3 life.
Super lightning helix.
Yeah, and again, I can maybe incentive or gain kind of some political favor off of this and say, hey, like, if you attack, I'm going to 3 them in addition to your attack, and then I'll attack them, then they'll be dead, right?
See, here's what you do with this.
What is it?
You take my Baloth Baratil Entertainer deck,
Yes.
you cut the black background for a white background, and put her in the 99 of the gold deck.
Would that be good?
Yes. If
because
this with gold is very good.
Gold makes them attack.
Yes.
Ooh. What's your black background? Would you trade it for a white?
I mean, no, because I really like that deck now.
Oh.
But I could. This would go very good with a gold strategy.
Gold and, whatever, like, white background you want.
I guess you could just play Baloth Baratil Entertainer in this deck. He's red. So get in there.
Yeah, it depends on what kind of commander or, like, what kind of strategy you know what I'm saying.
Yes. Let me hit you with one that I think is going to be maybe meta, but I bet you at our EDH and M tables, we're going to see a whole bunch, or maybe not a whole bunch, but more than 2 Delny Streetwise Lookout decks.
You think so? Mm-hmm. Who do you think's going to... I don't care.
Alex or Aiden is going to build this one.
You think?
There's some of the, like, we have some new kind of, not tryhards, but guys that really like the complex, like, dirtily decks.
Okay, so
we're going to see at least 2 coming out of them.
Delny Streetwise Lookout, 2/2 Human Scout for white 2. Creatures you control with power 2 or less can't be blocked by creatures with power 3 or greater.
Neat.
So kind of gives your team Skulk if they're small.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. If an ability of a creature you control with power 2 or less triggers, it triggers again.
Yep.
Oh.
So we're going to see, like, white weenie value Dirtle.
Yes.
And that's that. Also, isn't Skulk a Ravnica mechanic?
Nope, that was from Innistrad.
Okay,
Innistrad, yeah.
Good. They got away with this one.
Yeah.
Just put Skulk on there. Right? It's Skulk.
Yeah.
Creatures you control have Skulk.
I don't know if we'll see it very much. Okay. Duskana the Rage Mother.
I like this one.
This one is somewhere in my top 5 because this one comes from the Commander decks. So give it a read. Tell us why you like it.
Okay, Duskana the Rage Mother is a 5/5 for 5. Naya is included, which is weird for Ravnica, but they're not doing the guild thing. Anyway, when she comes into play, draw a card for each creature you control.
Because they're not doing the guild thing.
Right, they're just doing random stuff now on Ravnica.
Yes.
When it comes into play, draw a card for each creature you control with base power, toughness 2/2. Whenever a creature you control with base power and toughness 2/2 attacks, it gets +3/+3 until end of turn. This is a catch-all commander for all the versions of Morph that we have now. I believe there's 3, 4.
Oh, I didn't even peg Morph onto this.
There's Morph, there's Megamorph, there's Cloak or whatever the fuck that is.
Yeah.
There's Manifests are 2, I think.
Cybermen are 2?
Cybermen are 2/2s.
Oh, man, can you imagine the Bear Mother Cyberman deck?
Right? Like, and all of those things can get, it's like a catch-all commander for all of that stuff. They're not giving you another morph commander like they did with Animar.
Yes.
They're not giving you another whatever, like just for this niche thing. It's if you play your creatures face down and you like just general 2/2s, here you go. Here's a cool card for them. Go ham. I like that.
I'll add to that in saying that your 2/2s for 2, what do we call those?
Bears.
Grizzly bears, right?
Yes.
So all of your, they don't need to be 2/2s for 2. They just need to be 2/2s, which is what we would call a bear in Magic slang.
Yes.
Right?
Or a walrus?
No, that's it. That is specifically a 2/2 for 2. Cuckoo, motherfucker.
Oh, right.
The walrus. A bear. Also, when we're talking about bears and we maybe tack on the prefix hate onto hate bear, this could potentially be a Naya hate bear stacks deck.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Uncle Brando didn't even think of that one.
No, I didn't.
That you could flip the switch on or change the script and say, okay, game is kind of locked out. I've got all my hate bears. Nobody can do anything. I'm going to start hitting with my hate bears, for 5.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Like, I don't need to hit you very many times with my 2/2s if I've got 4 or 5 of them.
Yes.
When they hit 4/5.
And keep in mind, they only care about base toughness 2/2.
So when you pump them,
So they could be 7/7s with a Beastmaster Ascension, let's just say. They still get the 3/3.
could you imagine? Yeah, if your hate bear kind of light stacks locking somebody out, just controlling the board with Gaddock Teagues. He's a 2/2, right?
Yep.
Gaddock Teagues and Magus of the Moon and the one where you can only draw 1 card per turn or whatever, right?
Yes.
And then all of a sudden, you've got 7 of them. You go, or 6 of them plus this. Beastmaster Ascension. Swing with everything. They all get plus 8 plus 8.
Take
Die.
70.
Yeah. Yes.
Now we're talking.
Yeah, I like this one. That's why it's on my top 5. I didn't even think about Morph and because we're not technically doing Morph in this set. It's called Cloak, and
It's Morph.
It's Morph, yeah.
Yeah.
In my mind, it's occupying a different space because none of these cards have anything to do with what I associate with Morph, which is like onslaught cards.
You
right?
do get her in the Cloak Commander deck.
Cloak.deck.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's the thing. Here's one I really like.
Who's your next one?
I really and it's the next one in line even is Etrata Deadly Fugitive. I like this card.
yeah.
I like this. She's a 1/4 vampire assassin for blue black 1, I should say, with Death Touch. Death Touch, mind you. Face down creature we control have black, blue, 2. Turn this creature face up. If you can't, exile it. Then you may cast the exiled card for free.
Oh.
Okay, so you're thinking, what?
If I can't turn it face up, we'll get to there.
Yeah.
There's more text on this card.
Whenever an assassin you control, which is her, deals combat damage to an opponent, cloak the top card of that player's library.
Oh, so this is like our assassin matter creature deck.
That means you put their card into play under your control as a 2/2 with ward 2.
Okay, that's good.
And then when you hit somebody with an assassin, because you're playing a bunch of assassins in your deck,
Yes.
you can look at it, and if it's something cool, you can play it for free.
Oh, man. Okay, so
Thanks for the Ulamog,
to
dick.
an opponent, cloak the top card of that. Oh, man.
I would
dang.
love to take an extra turn. Thanks, bud.
I would love to to cloak the top card of my library, because then I can build my deck in a way where it's like,
It just sneaks her in and then takes extra turns.
oh yeah, you cloak the top card of your own library, and I'm sure that this deck is going to try to cloak the top card of its own library, because
Yes.
there are cards that do that.
Absolutely.
And then it's like, turn this creature face up. If you can't exile, then you can cast it without. Oh, you just cloak fucking time stretch.
Yeah.
And then you cast a 10 drop and take 2 extra turns for 4.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's pretty good.
Pretty good, yeah.
I like that lots.
Okay, we're seeing a mega.
Also fits into the Demir, or I guess blue-black color pie thingy where they like to play your opponent's stuff now.
Yes.
It's like a new thing we're seeing. I like
Yes,
that.
yes. We're seeing a lot of investigate. Of course we are, because it's the Clue Murder Mystery set, right?
Yeah, and that I'd hate it, but whatever.
Yeah, I guess. Okay, let's read Ezrim Agency Thief. Sure. It's blue,
Whatever.
white, 1, Archon Detective, flying 5/5, enters the battlefield, investigate twice. To investigate, you put a clue onto the battlefield that has 2 sack, draw card.
Sure.
Is investigating good?
It's fine. It's not terrible. It's not great, but it's there.
Also, it's got 1 sack an artifact. Ezrim gains your choice of vigilance, lifelink, hexproof till end of turn. Sure.
How is that legendary?
I don't really care about the card. I use the card to ask the question, are we going to see a whole ton of investigate decks? You know when Theros Beyond Death came out, then 10 people at our LGS just started making Enchantress decks?
Yes.
Are we going to see that with investigate and clue decks?
Absolutely not.
You don't think?
Not a chance.
No?
No. Nobody's going to look at this card and think, man, I want to build that.
No,
as a
in
deck."
general
Nobody. We'd
investigate and clue decks. Not with this commander.
We'd
but in general.
already have it. If it was
Do
going to
we?
happen, it would. No, if it was going to happen, it would have already happened.
Is there that many?
And it's not happening.
I don't know if there's that many good Clue and Investigate cards.
They keep trying to make Clue happen, and it's not going to happen. I don't think it is. I really don't.
I think it's going to happen after this set comes out.
And then they're going to die off immediately.
Perhaps.
Yes. And then in that way, it's still not happening. So I want to try this, and then they try it, and they don't like it, and it goes away. Just like Mutate and all those other neat mechanics.
Oh, yeah. Freaking Mutate. Well, I don't think anybody knows how that mechanic works.
Just me, baby.
I'm
me.
going to move on to Uncle Brando's vote for sexiest card in the set.
Oh.
Judith, Carnage Connoisseur.
That is very true. Yes,
I
do like
I
it.
really like this card.
I really do too. This is, although I am going to put a caveat on it.
Yeah.
I think that unless you build it just so and play it just so, I think a lot of people are going to get trapped by this card in the same way that people got stuck with the white 3. Whenever you play a creature, you get a 4/4 zombie.
4/4 Angel.
No, 4/4 zombie. From
White 3?
From Amonkhet. I can't remember the name. The White God did that.
Oh, Oketra.
Oketra.
Yeah.
I think people are going to see this, oh yeah, I'm going to build it full of things that do 1 damage for 1, and I'm going to have Death Touch and Lifelink on all my burn spells, and yeah, it's going to be so great. And then your commander costs 5, and you're going to use all your cards to not die before you play Judith, and then you're going to play Judith and not have any cards to play.
Okay, well, let's give her a read. This is a red, black, 3, human shaman, 3/4. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, choose one. This spell gains Death Touch and Lifelink.
Cool.
That's pretty good, because now my Lightning Bolt will kill whatever.
Yes.
And I will gain 3. That's good.
Yes.
Or create a 2/2 2/2 red imp creature token with whenever this creature dies, it deals 2 damage to each opponent.
Now we're talking.
Yes.
I like that.
Okay, so you're thinking that people are going to build this in like a linear fashion. Like I'm going to cast 1 spell to get 1 thing, and that 1 thing is going to, over the course of the game, build up kind of linearly and get me there.
I think that lots of people are going to build the deck that way. That's not necessarily how I do it if I was going to do it, but I feel like people are going to see this and do that.
Straight Storm, baby. Straight Storm, so I can cast like 10 spells a turn with a sack outlet and just sack 10 guys and deal 20 every turn.
Precisely. People are going to get caught up on the first line and not see the second line.
Ooh, yeah. This is your red Storm deck, people, but also gives you access to black. So now you have like legitimate card draw that you don't have to cast right now. And
all of the old Black Storm win conditions.
And the sack outlets in black and the graveyard recursion in black, but you also get all the rituals and mana production that modern red affords you.
And Yawgmoth's Will.
Ooh, that card died. Last time I checked, that card's pretty good.
Pretty good, hey?
Pretty good.
Let me hit 2 kind of Brando complaining cards real quick. Real quick.
Do we want to fill the show with complaining?
No, I want to do this because one of them was
So you just want to complain?
One of them was a prediction that I made of something that I wanted, and they gave it to me and then took it away on the same card. And one of them it's a spider who's not a spider.
Oh.
Izani is a spider. She has spider legs coming out of her back, and she's not a spider. That is not good. That is bad.
Sign a petition.
Elf, spider, detective. That's all.
Can you be an elf and a spider?
Why not?
I suppose.
You can be a fucking turtle and a crocodile. Why can't you be a goddamn... Right? They've already shown that creature types don't matter. Give us an elf spider. And the other one is Feather Radiant Arbiter.
Yes.
Remember I said on the top 5 mechanics that we want back. Mine was Radiance. I wanted to see Radiance come back because we're in a place now where you can make it good. And Feather Radiant Arbiter sort of has it-ish.
It's got it right in the name.
Right in the name. And then they didn't do it. But let's read what she does, because she is pretty cool. I thought that you'd like this, actually.
I don't. You know why? Because
she's shitty Zata.
It's feather for all the feather simps to say, oh, feather, oh, feather, simp, feather. And it's shitty Zata.
Yes.
Come on. Okay, so flying lifelink 4/3 for 3, which is good.
That's great.
That's great. Yeah, white, red, angel. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell that targets only feather, you may choose any number of other targets this spell could target and pay 2 for each of those targets. If you do, each of those creatures gets a copy of that spell.
Yeah, like, neat.
Yes.
Very cool, but...
It's fixed Zata.
Yeah.
I guess Zada is. I don't want to say Zada's a broken card.
No.
But Zada is very powerful, and Zada is like the queen of frickin' 10-minute turns, which you might not even win with.
Yeah.
Right? And I've done it and
Yep.
made myself and others feel bad. So, I don't know. Is this...
I think she's kind of... Because you could play, like, with enchantments. I think that would be neat, because it's not instants and sorceries like the old one. So you could play, like... some kind of an enchantment,
yes.
right, on a dude, and then pay extra and kick it onto all the other dudes. I think that's kind of neat.
Yes, okay. You could cast, like, All That Glitters.
Yeah.
So all my guys get All That Glitters. And, like, if you wanted to go full ham, of course, Enchantress, like Boros enchantments, and then, like, have your Sarah's Sanctum and have big mana in your Boros Enchantress deck.
Yeah.
And you could have the one with all your enchantresses that say draw cards when you play enchantments. You could have the one that enchanted creature gets +1/+1 for each enchantment you control. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 for each card in your hand. Enchanted creature gets, so all of your things can has big.
See how I made a complaint about a cool card.
Okay.
That is neat. I
You
think
know
that
what?
it's cool.
The internet needs more turning complaints through a suggestion or solution into a positive outcome.
We just did it.
There we go.
We just
Look
did
at
it.
that.
Let me move on to another positive one.
Okay.
And I'm not going to play this, but I'm happy it exists.
Oh, this card fucks.
Kylox Visionary Inventor. So it's the new 7-drop commander. So you know it's going to do broke ass shit.
Yes.
You know it's going to do that. Let's read it. Let's see. So it's a 4/4 for 7. So already you know the text box is important.
Yo, yeah.
Menace Ward 2 Haste.
So you know your 7-drop. This one feels like a Ovika Enigma engine, hey?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Then, here's the paragraph that follows Menace Ward 2 and Haste on our 7-drop 4/4. Whenever Kylox Visionary Inventor attacks, sacrifice any number of other creatures. Then exile the top X cards of your library, where X is their total power. You may cast any number of instants and or sorcery spells from among them for free. Like, that's so good. I really like that exists. And if I didn't love Brutaclad so much, this would be my Izzet deck.
This feels like the big spell, like the Omniscience, the Time Stretch deck.
Yep.
And it sort of gives me the same kind of mana cost matters as Ovika. And that was one of our most popular decks last year, hey?
Yeah.
Where we exiled or whatever the biggest mana things to make goblins with haste.
Yep.
This kind of is the same, except we get the big spell.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. This guy's cool.
I like it lots. I'm a big fan of that.
This guy's cool. I want to read one of the first ones I actually saw when the stuff started rolling for like the Commander products and stuff. This is Kaust, Eye of the Glade. It's Boros hybrid and green. Okay. So it's a 2-drop 2/2. So it fits into the bear deck that we were talking about.
Sure does.
And it's, of course, in the cloak face down morph deck.
Yep.
And this one was one of the first ones revealed, and I thought, man, wait until I see the frickin' price spikes in the foil morph stuff from Onslaught. But whenever a creature you control that was turned face up this turn deals combat damage to a player, you draw a card. So a lot of the times how morph works, or how face down cards work, for anybody who's never played them, is I get to know what they are, but you don't, of course. Yes. I hit you, and you say, oh yeah, I'll take the 2 on the off chance that, the turning face up is a triggered ability that is gonna remove my guy or create some effect, right? Not turn it face up and hit you for big damage. Mm-hmm. Although that is another strategy that people use. So you turn them face up, you hit them with a 13/13 Croson Cloud Scraper, and they whine a little bit.
They weep.
Yes. But what makes this cool is you can tap it and turn target face down attacking creature face up for free.
Cool.
And if you have some way to untap this during combat, you can do that over and over to free morph all your guys.
Yep.
And I think for that reason, combined with cards from Magic's past that say that you can turn things back face down,
yep,
you can create quite an interesting deck with this.
Keeping in mind, just like with the Bear Lady, we've got the 18 different kinds of morphs and all of the shit that entails to use this with.
Yes.
This would be really cool with Cybermen if they were the right colors, because you could steal your opponent's stuff and turn them into Cybermen,
I
and
wonder-
then flip them over.
I wonder
think that works.
I wonder how it works. Like, I turn a creature face down. Let's say it was manifested before. I could turn it face up for its mana cost, just like Cloak, or its morph cost if it has morph.
Right.
But if it doesn't have any of those abilities, and it's just like a frickin'
Just a dickhead creature.
yeah, just a guy. Can I turn it face down? And like, what is it? How do I do anything with it to turn it face back up? I need something like this card, which gives me that ability, right? I got one here that I want to mention real quick because it was on my top 5, and it gives us the option to do sea monsters and krakens and leviathans.
I wanted to talk about this one too for a totally different reason.
But it gives us access to black. This is Marvo Deep Operative. Watch the top 5 and 5 coming out. You're going to see the thumbnails if you subscribe to Commander Cookout on YouTube. I won't say any more. I'll let you go.
I'm going to let Ryan tell you why the card itself is cool, which it is.
In the top 5.
This is absolutely my very favorite art in the set.
Because he's an octopus spy with a knife?
He's an octopus spy with a knife, but if you like, air quotes, know a little bit about some of the ethereal things, and you see that little cord coming off of his butt,
Yes.
not only is he a deep operative under the water because he's an octopus, that cord indicates that he's an ethereal spy. So he's in somebody's brain right there, stabbing it with a knife. Oh, that is cool. I like that a whole lot.
Deep operative, like he's deep undercover.
Yeah. Like I love everything, and it looks like an Illithid head, like throwback to Dungeons and Dragons. There's so much going on in that picture of an octopus with a knife that's more than it being an octopus with a knife. So surface level, octopus with a knife, awesome. If you look really hard at it, it's even better.
And this card gives us a 5 mana, not a 7, 8, or 9 mana commander, a 5 mana commander in 2 colors that lets us do sea monsters.
Yes.
Which is why I like it. This might be the one. This might be the one.
Ooh.
This might be the one. Because I've had Tromocrasis, and I've had frickin' what's his name? Arixmethes.
Yep.
I've tried, man.
Yep.
I've tried.
You've tried very hard.
Nah, this might be the one.
Yep.
Who's your next guy?
Nelly Borka, Impulsive Accuser.
What a stupid name.
I know. And I actively like this card. I've already slotted it into a deck.
Oh.
Nelly Borka, Impulsive Accuser, is a 2/4 for 4. That's the Boros commander mana cost, it turns out. With Vigilance, whenever she attacks, you suspect a creature, then you goad all suspected creatures.
Oh, yeah.
So it incrementally makes your opponents attack each other with creatures that are good at attacking because they have menace. Then, whenever one or more opponents and opponents control deal combat damage to one or more of our opponents, we and the controlling opponent draw a card. That's awesome.
Well, that's pretty good.
I like that
yeah,
lots.
Yeah.
It does the Boros thing, but it does it so well and kind of in a neat way, and it moves stalled games along.
That's what I like about it, because it does it in 2 ways, right? Because a suspected creature has menace and can't block.
Yeah.
Okay, so it has to attack. No, sorry. It can only be blocked by one guy, and it can't block. So it might as well attack. But then when you goad it, you say it has to attack.
Yep. And it has to be blocked by 2 guys.
Yeah, it has to be blocked by 2. So somebody's probably going to be taking damage.
Yeah.
And then everybody's drawing frickin' cards.
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
I like that card.
I like that it furthers the game on 2 kind of axes, right?
I like what it does, and I like how it does it. That's a good one. I will talk about Sophia Dogged Detective also, because that's Scooby and Shaggy. There's nothing.
This card's good.
And it's good. Nothing anybody can ever say will tell me that this is not Scooby and Shaggy.
Oh, 100% it is.
It's a 3/4.
Watch out for the frickin' secret layers and the universes beyond. This is Scooby and Shaggy.
Green, white, blue 1 enters the battlefield. You get Scooby, a legendary 2/2 green dog detective creature token with trample. 1, sacrifice an artifact token, let's say a food, or as we could probably call it, a Scooby snack.
Yes.
Put a +1/+1 counter on each dog you control. Whenever a dog you control deals combat damage to a player, create a Scooby snack, then investigate.
So this gives us dogs matter right in the text box, and it does it in not the traditional dog colors that are usually Naya.
Which makes me sad because I would want to put this into my dog deck.
Yes, correct. But as creature types become more and more and more developed, think of zombies.
Yep.
And goblins, how we have goblins and zombies in 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 colors, right? And elves, like in Ixalan, now in 3 colors because they're in green. As the creature type gets more developed, it enters or proliferates into more colors.
Yes.
Speaking of red dogs, though.
Yeah,
bro.
The next one is a dog
This
that you
card's
can't
good.
play in the dog deck.
This
What
card's
the hell?
frickin' good.
Yeah, it is.
3/3 elemental dog, Tasik Judith's Hellhound for red and 3 unleash. This is a returning mechanic from OG Return to Ravnica. I only wanted to say because of that. So unleash means when it ETBs, it enters the battlefield. You could put a +1 on it.
Also funny, haha, lol dogs.
Yes. If you... Oh, frick. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
You take them off the leash?
Yeah.
Yes. Is that why they did that?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, I think that's still funny, though. Unleash means he gets +1, but he can't block.
Right.
Okay. Also, other dogs you control have unleash.
Of course they do.
Creatures you control with counters on them have haste.
Ooh.
So all of a sudden, I don't give a shit if any of my dogs can block because they're all going to hit you when they enter the battlefield.
That's right.
Every one of them. Okay. Also, whenever Tasik Judith's Hellhound attacks, add red for each attacking creature.
Yes.
This could go infinite with Aggravated Assault.
Sure could. Absolutely it could.
So we could just have another mono red combo deck on our hands.
Yes.
Yeah, enter your rituals to power stuff out. Enter your what's the guy that when you get red post combat for all of the damage that you did? Neheb the Eternal or whatever?
Yes.
Oh man. Frick, that's pretty good.
Also, this works really good with another... I think it's another RT car in Riot. Because Riot gives them haste or a counter. This one gives them haste and a counter.
This gives haste and a counter. I don't give a shit. Haste and counter. How do you feel about Pride of the Hulklade? Do you like this card? Why didn't it say crab on it? Come on.
A Crocodile Elk Turtle for green 10.
Okay.
But of course you can't have something that actually costs 10, so the spell costs X less, where X is the total toughness of all creatures you control.
Because that's going to win you games.
And it has Defender.
Because that's going to win you games.
And it has blue 2 until end of turn. Target creature you control gets +1/+0 and gains whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player. Draw cards equal to its toughness. That's gonna win you games.
Yes, you target this, and for 4 mana you draw 15 cards.
And it can attack as though it didn't have Defender. So, yeah, I think this is kind of a meme card.
Yes,
but
you know I love meme cards.
You love meme cards.
Yes.
Do I want to play it? I feel like I do because I like the picture.
And you like when things have ridiculously large numbers.
Yes, I like big numbers. I like that it could possibly draw me 15 cards.
I love cost reduction.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 215 for green. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. It gives me Cherix the giant 017 crab vibes.
Yeah. Like, you know how much mana this is going to cost in my Coma deck?
Couple.
One.
I'm
going to play Coma, Coil, 1.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
And like he blocks literally anything except for like 2 creatures in the whole game.
Yes.
Yes, and draws you 15.
Yes, also draws 15.
Can you do that at any time? Yeah, so it doesn't even say do it only as a sorcery, hey? So you could like just leave the mana up, and then if you block, and then if they go to kill it or whatever, you just draw 15.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think they added the blue one to him, both because it's obviously a Simic creature and because they didn't want to see him in Doran.
Yes.
Because a 15/15 for 1.
In Doran would be very powerful.
Yes.
Yes.
I have one more that I wanted to... I guess 2. There's 2 more.
You got 2 still? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do 2.
Okay. We got Voja, Jaws of the Conclave.
Bro, this card's so good.
I love
this card. Frickin' good.
Naya and 2 for a 5/5 Vig Trample Ward 3. Normally you could stop reading there, but it is 2024, so let's keep going.
And it's a wolf, which is strangely relevant for more than one reason.
Yes.
Okay.
Whenever Voja, Jaws of the Conclave attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on it on each creature you control.
On each
creature you control, where X is the number of elves you control.
Okay.
Then draw a card for each wolf you control. I like that it's wolves. I like that it's elves. I like that it's Naya and doing both of those things. I think this deck is cool.
Yes. You're gonna see the Voja Elf Ball deck.
Yep.
Instead of the Lathril Blade of the Elves deck in Golgari, you're gonna see the Naya Elf Ball deck, which I think probably makes that deck
Real good.
I don't know if it makes it more powerful because there's lots of good black elves and you can do lots of things in black that you can't do in white and red. It makes it a different deck, but really at its core the same deck.
Yes.
Sure, fine. But also you get access to Wolves Matter. Yep. So all of the green wolf cards that like people like Amy loves so much. She actually became a Sidewalk Slampion with her frickin' wolf deck.
Yeah.
We are terrible at Magic.
Yes, we are.
She or decks like that, whether they're elf decks or wolf decks, get access to a full swath of Naya colors now.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of thing that when we do a multicolor set or they're not focusing on the guilds, they're focusing on this character being developed in the Ravnica story. The story which I have no
I don't care.
give two shits for.
Yeah.
But because we're getting a Voja and it does the wolf thing and it does the elf thing, things that we already know that it should be doing, but now we have an extra color added in there. That's exciting.
I like that lots. I'm a big fan of that one. And I think that we talked about like the Lathril really powerful elf decks. I think that you're going to see a lot of like just casual, I want to build a wolf deck, I want to build an elf deck. I can't afford the good elves, but maybe I can do a deck because now I've got red and white and I have good red and white things to go with my elves or wolves or whatever. And I think that we're going to see some just cool stuff with that one. And the last one I wanted to talk about, just to prove that Gruul can do everything.
Oh.
The catch-all of everything is Yaris, Roar of the Old Gods.
Yeah, you knew that they were going to give us a centaur in Gruul when we go to Ravnica.
It's a 4/4 for 4. Other creatures you control have haste, so that's pretty good.
Yes.
Whenever one or more face-down creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, draw a card.
And that could be anything.
Yep. So face-down matters in Gruul, which is cool. Whenever a face-down creature you control dies, return it to the battlefield face-down under its owner's control. If it's a permanent, turn it face-up.
Free morph.
Free morph of anything.
Yes.
If you Cyberman your confusion in the ranks.
Oh, if your guy gets frickin' what's the one? The blue removal spell?
Ixodron. Ixodron?
No, but also yes. No, the blue one instant kill your guy, manifest the top card of your library.
Oh yeah, like Mystic. Wait, whatever. Everybody knows.
Yeah,
It's
everybody
on the
knows it.
screen
Yeah,
if you're
yeah.
watching on YouTube.
Yeah, which you should be. I like how we're seeing Yaris and there's one guy, the face wearing guy, Mirko Obsessive Theorist. No, not that one. Lazav Wearer of Faces. And in Naya, we're seeing all the colors have access or care about face down stuff, which when you go backwards in time throughout Magic's history and you look at Megamorph from Tarkir era,
Which was shit.
and Morph,
Which is fine.
from Onslaught and from Time Spiral, we have new things to put into those decks.
Yep.
And the Sultai Morph one that from the Commander Precons,
Yep.
whichever one that was.
Yep.
And we just saw face down matters with Missy from Doctor Who.
Doctor Who, yep.
Right? We can go backwards in Magic if we're opening up packs and we get a Yaris or a whoever else and say, hey, I want this morph card in my Yaris deck, or hey, I want this manifest card in the deck I'm building. And I love how we can combine the old with the new and have it feel like it's totally different.
And this is a great Animorphs card also. As if that deck needed more help, but it's a good Animorphs card.
Yes. I got one more.
Hit me.
Just because I think the card is interesting.
Okay.
And it gives me Jetmir vibes. This is Trostani 3 Whispers. And it's a 4/4 for... Man, it's a 4/4 for 3. It's white, Selesnya hybrid, green.
Right.
And just aesthetically, that's very visually pleasing to me to look at that mana cost.
I concur. I like that
I
as
like
well.
that. I would have been so angry if they put the white and the green on opposite sides. Mm-hmm. But it's a Dryad for 3. It's a 4/4, and it's got green 1. Target creature gains death touch until end of turn.
Sick.
That's sick. It eliminates chump blockers, creatures trading. It makes my guys get through because you don't want to block them.
Yep.
That's just pure utility and removal if you guys are looking to trade and I give them both death touch.
Yes.
Or whatever. Or bounce block, I mean. Anyways, it's got Selesnya Hybrid. Target creature gains Vigilance until end of turn.
So it attack, it also protect.
And can gain Death Touch.
Yes.
So double protect.
Correct.
Yeah. And then it's got white 2. Target creature gains double strike until end of turn.
Super duper attack and protect.
Oh, man. Can you imagine giving your Tristani double strike and vigilance? You're going to hit them for 8.
Yep.
You're still going to be able to block, and you could potentially still have Death Touch up.
And if they're going to block it, you can have it with trample. Then
We're playing green. We could.
You just Death Touch it and hit him again the second time.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
So this one gives me, like, of course, Selesnya tokens. You could activate this a whole bunch of times because you're playing green and you have big mana.
Mm-hmm.
This gives me Voltron vibes. This gives me big, stompy creature vibes. Like, imagine if you have, like, a 10-10 or that Krosan Cloudscraper I mentioned, the 13-13 morph.
Yep.
You attack. They say, oh, yeah, I'll take 2. You turn it face up and give a double strike. And all of a sudden, they're taking 26.
Yep. I guess you're not gaining 26, but
No, but
they're getting fucked up is what they're doing.
yeah, this one, it just gives me like lots of utility vibes. It gives me in the 99 vibes. It gives me token vibes, big creature vibes. So it just goes a lot of places. And aesthetically, it's very pleasing. The art, the mana cost, it's a cool card.
I like the picture also. Is Tristani 3 people or 1 person? Or is she 3 people that are 1 person?
I'm not sure, but if she existed in real life, there would definitely be a TLC show about her.
Like, if we wanted to hang out with Tristani, like, how many...
Like, if we dated them, would all of them come?
Yeah, if you wanted to take them on a date, how many bouquets of flowers do you have to bring?
How many movie tickets would you need to buy? Man, we'd go broke.
Yeah.
We'd go frickin' broke. Hey, shout out to Tomek, Wielder of Law. He's an advisor. I just wanted to throw that out there.
That card sucks. I hate
Oh,
that card.
yeah.
Yeah.
Planeswalker matters something.
You get bent.
Okay.
Ooh.
You got one more?
I just want to mention real quick. Yes, I know there's a new Krenko.
Yes.
No, I'm not going to build him. Yes, I'm going to play him. Yes, he's very good.
He is very good. 3/3 haste for 3. Sacrifice creatures, put a +1 on each goblin you control. That's already good because it's a repeated use lord for your goblin decks. And also, whenever an artifact is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, like a mirror token or a clue token in this set, you can add red. If you do, you put a 1/1 red goblin creature with haste onto the B.
Yeah.
That you can then sacrifice to make all your guys bigger.
Well, you sack the treasure for a red. The thing went into the thing. You pay it, get a goblin.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Then you sack an artifact, make all your dudes bigger. It's
Yeah.
It's good. Krenko with Baron Street Kingpin, very good.
Yes. Okay, so here's the questions.
Okay.
Which one do you think's the most powerful?
Most powerful. Oh, that's...
Most powerful. Who goes in the 99? Who would you build?
I think Askkrag Quake Mole is probably the most powerful.
It's got a good range.
On its face, I think it's going to do the most just beatings. It's going to win most games on its own.
It's the one where you sit down at a Magic Fest and it's like, ask Craig, oh yeah, okay, I know exactly how this game's going to go. We got to make sure that thing doesn't stick, or if we see one of the known combo pieces, we need to make sure that this doesn't land or else we die.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I've already playing Argus Kos and Aurelia in the 99 decks.
Oh, there you go.
So I'll say those are good ones. I think the most likely one that I was going to build, if I was going to build a deck out of this set, is probably going to be a Trata, Deadly Fugitive, because I like the...
Ass-ins?
I like playing my opponent's stuff, so I would totally get in on that one. And I'm going to throw out the most disappointing one. I'm just going to throw it in. Melek Reforged Researcher.
No.
I think that he is the most disappointing. I'm not even going to bother reading him. Just look at him on YouTube if you're watching.
The old Melek was also disappointing. So
Yes.
this guy just is following suit.
Correct.
He doesn't disappoint me because he already did 10 years ago.
What about you?
Most powerful? Man, I don't know. We didn't even read Rakdos, and he could be Staxdos for sure.
Yes.
And we went over Massacre Girl last week and how
dope she is.
How that's really good.
Yeah.
Ass Crack's good. Pride of the Hallclade is good. I bet you if you activate that 2 times, you win.
Yeah.
Right? So, I mean, there's something got to be said about that. Voja is going to be an incredibly powerful elf ball deck.
Yep.
Where it's mostly going to be just chaining elves, into tutors for elves, into Crater Hoofs.
Yeah.
right? So that's all of those are very powerful. Into the 99, that's going to be Kranko is going to go into the most 99s, I think.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, because of goblins.
Yep.
And the one I'm definitely going to consider the hardest for building is Marvo Spooky Spy Octopus Guy.
Man, I really like that.
You want me to build that.
Yes,
eh? I think I might have to.
Now that you've said Super Spy Octopus Guy, yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Do you think the light in the background is like shining from somebody's ear hole?
Yes. 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 That's 100%
Oh man.
what
Okay,
that
let's
is.
give him a read. He's a 1/8. Because he doesn't he frickin' is just like a he's so precision with his attack. He only need to do one. But if you try to come at him, he got like 8 blockers.
Let me quote you when you say 1/8. I'm listening.
I'm listening. So he's black, blue 3, 1/8, octopus rogue. When he attacks, you don't even need to hit.
Yep.
Doesn't matter if he hit, he got one power. So when he attacks, you freaking clash with an opponent.
Another mechanic that you and I said should come back, for the record.
Really?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
How do you know?
Because I know. I remember the things that I want, Ryan. I don't remember names, dates, places,
It's just that you want it.
significant events in my life. But if I want something, I remember it.
Okay, well, Brando and Ryan's top 5, we want it back.
Clash, Radiate, Wither. That's 3 off of my top 5.
And wait until next week.
Yeah.
Okay, so you clash with opponent. What that means is each clashing player reveals the top card of their library, then puts that card on the top or the bottom. So he frickin' scries you.
Yep.
Just FYI, he scries you. A player wins the clash if their card has the highest total mana cost. So what that means is when I have 7, 8, 9, and 10 drop Leviathans, Serpents, Octopuses, and Krakens,
Yeah, buddy.
I'm going to win every freaking clash. Because I'm also playing the deck that wants me to scry and surveil and manipulate the top of my library.
Scroll rack and top and all that shit.
Just wait, there's more.
Ooh.
Whenever you win a clash, draw a card, like the one I just revealed,
Yes.
and you can cast it without paying its mana cost. I'm talking about OG Leviathan from the Dark, Denizen of the Deep, Tromo Kratos, which I have the frickin' promo one, so I always cast it as Promo Kratos. Keterek Leviathan if I need a sweeper. Frickin' the Tentacle one that gives me a bunch of tentacle tokens.
Yep.
They're all going to have anime girls on them. Man, there's so many.
Yes.
So frickin' many. And it's in blue-black. Oh, frick! Rexiel the Risen Deep.
There
He's
we
a
go.
Kraken. He's in blue-black. Oh, man. Okay.
So cool.
Yeah,
So
Marvel.
I still suggest that this is like there's lots of good ones, but there's also lots that we didn't read because they're kind of disappointing, and there's lots of them that you're not going to see lots of decks of.
Yeah.
Right? Like we skipped over lots if you're reading along or you're looking at a spoiler while you're watching the episode or listening to it or whatever. But I
think a lot of them will go into 99s of decks. Like the bear one that cares about face down ones is going to play Kraut.
Yep.
And vice versa, right? So like they go in each other's decks. Obviously, they're in the same precon right
Yes.
from the factory.
So there's lots of good stuff, lots of medium stuff, and I don't think I should say lots of underwhelming stuff, lots of good stuff, not a lot of medium stuff for me, for Brando.
Yeah, it's either good or bad.
Yes. Which, I kind of appreciate the dichotomy. Makes buying stuff real easy.
Ooh, hard agree. And when you do buy stuff, where are you going to go?
FusionGamingOnline.com, where I will use special promo code CCO Summer to save 5% off all of my return to Ravnica cards and any other gaming accessories that I could possibly want.
You need to express that like a calculator does, where it's like just a repeating number after a decimal. It puts a little line over it.
That's how you do it.
There you go.
Return to repeating Ravnica.
Yes.
There, we did it. We
Yes.
got there.
RTR, etc. There we go.
I like that. Okay. Yes. So we'll do that. You can also check out Pile of Bones Brewing Co. if you're local to Saskatchewan or the surrounding areas, where you can pick up some really, really good beers. I had some that tasted like Fruit Loops recently. That was so good. I'm going to buy some more of that for a birthday party this weekend.
I had a couple the other day down by the fire. You can drink them while you're having a campfire.
Yep. Or while you're brewing decks. or while you're
also-
hanging out with friends.
Also, good ideas.
Good
Yeah.
beers to have anytime. And other times that are good to have beer when you're listening to Commander Cookout Podcast. We appreciate you all doing that. We're going to go do that while we do some other things throughout the day. We're going to be back with the rest of Return to Ravnica on the next episode of Commander Cookout Podcast. Hit our theme song!